Hello everyone, it's your boy Namar here, back at it with another video. Here to bring out what if female Naruto was granted every clan ability part 3, I think. If it isn't, then whatever part it is. But so Naruto will have been teaching Kanemaru just the basic on bow, like using a bow style, taijutsu, and taijutsu, in the 3 basic academy jutsu like substitution, clones, and transformation, and basically just helping him improve all of those to the point where he can do it flawlessly and without little to none concentration if need to be. And also, he can do the substitution with 1 hand seal. Due to her mastering doing it with no hand seals, he was trying to get just like his big sister, Naruto. Naruto allowed Kanemaru into her training facility downstairs in the library, but under strictly but only into like where he can spar and use the weapons. Due to him saying that his uncle Asuma used to use wind-coated daggers, which she did teach him how to use a dagger and a bow staff at the same time, even though she didn't really want to, but she did anyways. This is what she then says, Kamaru. Listen, I'm not going to be able to teach you for very long. I have to take up duties as a genin starting tomorrow. And since the genin class had just graduated, I will now become a genin with them. This is what Kamaru goes, but I want you as my sensei. My other sensei doesn't train me at all. The only thing he does is sit there and close up about how his training is coming to bloom inside of me, and I'm going to be the youngest and fastest Hokage. But he hasn't trained me. He only teaches me history. This is where Naruto goes. Listen, Kanemaru. There's a lot that you can learn from the history of your opponents. You will learn their specialities. As in, for us, the Fire Nation, or the hidden village in the fires that are hidden in the trees, Okaran or the Land of Fire. Our village mainly specializes in people with the fire chakra nature, but not only that, we also specialize in teamwork, which most villages know that we work well as a team, so they try their best to separate us. If we look at the Stone Village, we know that they mainly use earth juicers, and they have a special force of demolitions that can use the clay to blow or like basically have a special demolitions force which can blow up anything. We know that they specialize in water jutsus. They have 7 great swordsmen that they give the title to, so they have good swordsmanship over there. And not only that, they special in water warfare. So like if we go into the oceans and stuff, and we were to fight the Mist Village, we will lose. That's when Kanemaru, he would look at her wide-eyed. She then says, you can learn a lot about the history of each village. So I would suggest you learn the histories. And even though I won't be there to teach you, doesn't mean that your sensei won't eventually teach you things. You just have to wait, Kanemaru. Trust me. I did the same for a while. I mainly worked on my basics before I went to the ninjutsu. I only started ninjutsu when I was, I'll say last year. So have a good day, Kanemaru. I'll be taking you to your GG only because I need to go and go ahead and meet him. So Naruto will body flicker and with Kanemaru. When they get there, of course, Ebisu is there, and he's thinking like, what is she doing with him? This is why Ebisu is honorable grandson. Get away from her. You don't want to be mixed with a delinquent like her. That's when Naruto look at him with like eyebrow raised and be with a like eyebrow raised and says, "Did you just call me a delinquent?" And this is where Ebisu goes, "Yes, you are one." This is where she then says, "I have not been out of the forest of death since I was 4 years old, and I recently came out, and that's only to get Dango and Red Moon soup with Anko, Yugao, Kirinai, and Henna." And Ebisu now feels like a jackass, and he then says, "Well, you're still a delinquent." This is where she then says, "Gigi, is he really his teacher? Because if that is the case, you need to get him a different teacher immediately." I don't care if he uses to train Umbu, which I know he does. This is a terrible teacher in the making. And this is where Ebisu said, hey, I'll let you know I can take you on very easily and win. This is where Naruto goes, no, you cannot. And I can prove that theory very quickly with you if you really want me to. And trust me, it would not end pretty for you. And this is where, Ebisu, he gets cocky. And then says, like a little kid like you can take me on. You're not even a Genin. Hell, you probably didn't even pass the Genin test. This is what she said. I never became a Genin because I never was in the academy. And if I was in the academy, I would have graduated early. Just like Itachi Uchiha and been an Umbu at my age I am now. This is where Hiruzen goes, your dad certain? She then says yes, because I would have had the experience. I just don't have any experience to back up my claim of full strength. This is where when Hiruzen says, well, I do want to see how strong you are. And since he is, here, we might as well use him as a testing dummy for you. This is when Naruto then smiles and says, sure. She said, let me go home and get my supplies. She'll basically get her packs of 2 things of kunai pouches, her bow staff, her ninjado, her katana, her daggers, basically all of her weapons and gauntlets. And she basically comes back, especially with a spear. She has a spear in her hands right now. She then says, all right, I'm ready. And this is where, and by the way, before this, she was wearing trench coat like Anko's. And Anko wears that trench coat on everywhere, but when she goes on a mission or during training, that's when they switch into their ninja attire without the trench coat, which is sealed on their arms to hide like what their bodies and stuff look like. Episode will see how compact her body is, like how it will look. He starts to get perverted thoughts, and he's like, no, I must show this girl her place. And so when Hiruzen say Hajime, Ebisu thinking this is gonna be easy one. Then he says, come on, watch and see how a real shinobi get things done. This is where Naruto, she will take out her bow staff and with one swing will basically send Ebisu flying into the side of a tree, going straight through it. Now Ebisu, he would feel a lot of pain. He would get up very cautiously, but this is where he will find a kunai to the back of, like, on his neck and on where his penis will be. And then she says, so about you being able to put me in my place. This is where Ebisu, he will be like, damn you. He's like thinking like, damn, I seriously underestimated her and I could have been killed if this was a real fight. And Saratobi's like, huh. And then this is where Saratobi says, see, Kamaru, that's why you do not let your arrogance get the hold of you, because things like this will happen to you all the time. And this is where her says, I really want to make you a Johnny, but you're gonna have to go through the regular ninja process since you technically were never a ninja. This is where the alarms in the Hokage will go off, and then she'll say, the scroll is ceiling, huh? Harrison says, how do you, and then she pulls up a map and like a video feed that she has, and it shows Mizuki sealing the forbidden scroll of ceilings. Naruto then says, don't worry, I have a tracker on it. And then she basically blitzes straight to Mizuki, karate chops him in the back of the neck, knocks him out, grabs the forbidden scroll of ceiling, and Mizuki body flicker back to the training ground. She will basically show Mizuki knocked out, and basically Hiruzen would basically take the scroll of ceiling back. They would turn off the alarms, like sound off the alarms and stuff. The ninjas and stuff would go back, and everything was explained that Naruto Uzumaki, the new Chunin that's going to be part of Haruka class, has successfully taken down Mizuki, the Chunin, with just one chop in the neck. And everybody's thinking like a Guinea taking out a Chunin with one chop in the neck. This is what episode then Finn says, you know damn well she's not really a Guinea. And this is where Hiruzen goes, yeah, she's not, but hey, she has no stats in the academy or anything, so fuck it, she's gonna be a Guinea. And this is where they like, what team will she be on? Well, she will be the dead lad, so she'll be on the team with Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, led by Kakashi. And basically all the Jonis that were there just also waiting for their teams to be named. This is where Naruto will show up, and basically she says, oh, give this to Kanamaru. This is a bow staff made by special circumstances, and hers is like he's like what, and she's like, yeah, I promised her I would get him this bow staff if he understands the basics everything and gets down his substitution jutsu to one hensil. And then this is where Abususu goes, wait, he knows how to do this substitution jutsu to one hensil? This is where she goes, yeah, I trained him a lot. I trained him in his basic and chakra control, taijutsu, using a bow staff. Yeah. He's ready to learn intermediate, but I'm going to let Gigi give me a 30 if he was going to let me do that. Or if the class that he wants me to join was to not have that many good people in it, to wait till next year, I was going to teach him that during that year. But the kid is very strong and smart. He just needs to work on his strategy, instead of just rushing into things head on, like a chicken with his head cut off. This is when Kurenai then says, "Oh, Naruto, that genjutsu, I forgot to come over and test you in genjutsu." This is where Kurenai then says, "Would you mind having a genjutsu spar with me?" This is where Naruto then goes, "Another time, Kurenai-san. Another time, not right now. Right now is not the best time because I must be going." This is when she said, "Why?" This is when Naruto then says, "Well, you see, I have a summons I need to talk to." This is where they all go, "A summon? You have a summon?" This is where she goes, "Yeah, I have two of them, but that's for me to know and you not to know unless you're my team captain." This is when Kakashi steps forward and says, "I'm your team captain, so can I know?" This is where she then says, "Not here. Maybe ask GG later." And Kakashi's like, or you can just tell me now. This is where she then goes, "Nah, there's too many people here. Too many ears. My secrets can be easily taken." Kakashi will smile and says, "That's good. I like her already. Hokage-sama." So yeah, let me see how much time I used. 12 minutes. Bet. So this is where yeah. So Naruto would basically leave, and she will summon a few of the Kitsons and the Anacondas, and this is what they will say. They would form a little clan pact with each other, and since Anko and Naruto are the summoners, well, the summoner of one, Anko goes, "So you have two summonings?" She then says, "Yeah, the QB or the Kenshin leader at the time gave it to me." Even though he wasn't gonna let me know until, So yeah. What are you talking about? Anyways, where was I? So okay. So basically, they will form the alliance, and alright. So Naruto, she'll basically tell Anko about like just basically how she got the summoning, and just that Kitty was gonna tell her until either today or tomorrow. So yeah, this is where Anko will nod her head and goes, "Oh, I see." This is where Narco then said, she didn't say, she then says, she then says, well, this is where Narco then goes, well, would you like to meet Cupid? This is where Anko would nod her head, and Cupid and Anko would meet. Anko will basically just be talking to Cupid for a little bit, and Cupid then says, I think I can improve. You then says like you did tells Anko come here. She makes Anko be developing his chakra, which now her chakra coals and everything went up. It's skyrocketed. Now her chakra is around a It's around the one tails a range of power. Then this is what Cupid said. That's as much as I can give to you. If then, and just so you know, your sister there, or whatever, she already is at 5 tails, and that's without my help. That's with all the clan she has all together. That's when Anko's like, the hell? She looks at Naruto, and Naruto just smiles at her. And he then says, also, please take care of her for me. Even though I still will be inside of her, but she can be a handful. And Chroma go both on Smurf saying with the anacondas, and basically, her husband will be trying to watch what Naruto had to go on with Kakashi, but they can't see due to a barrier Naruto has put up around her house. So this is where her husband asking Kakashi and be like, do you want to see where Naruto lives at? He then says, does she not live in the village? This is where Hiruzen goes, no, she lives in the forest of death. This is where Kakashi looks at hers and goes, so you're telling me you let a little girl stay in the forest of death? Hiruzen then says, yeah, I mean, think about it like this. She has an unstable kicking Genkai at the time. And the village council, civilian council, tried to kill her until I made a decision to put her in the forest of death. So that saved her life. And she has a house that I had built by Anbu, Tenzo. So he knew of the house, he just didn't know who it was for. So yeah. So hers and just like looks like Kashi look at hers and goes, oh well, okay. Yeah, take me there. Basically hers gonna take Kakashi there, and Kakashi will fail the Genjutsu. He will start to go into a direction where hers know there was a lot of where there's like a lot of angry where there's like a pack of wolves at, and Haruto crushed Kakashi wrist, put chakra into his wrist, and said, "Don't go that way." He then Kakashi got out of the genjutsu, and Haruto then goes, "So you fell into her genjutsu that quickly?" Then that's when they seen like basically some boots with the knee on their mask go into the pack of wolves, and and Kakashi and Hiruzen just hears them screaming after they feel the pain of being chewed and ripped apart by the wolves. This is where Hiruzen goes, so he did not disband his root. This is where Naruto then had one of Naruto. She did say, it says Naruto. Naruto would like we know that someone is at her door due to the seals, and she will come downstairs with Anko following behind her. They both dress with a robe on. They'll open, and when Naruto open the door, all you see is her body, like basically in the robe. Same with Anko's, and this is where Kakashi looks at Anko and he smiles at her, like he gives her like an eye smile, and then he looks at Naruto and goes, "So you're Naruto." Naruto would nod his head and says, "Hello, Sensei, we meet again." And basically, Naruto, she looks a lot older. She looks different without her snake or her marks, like, because her marks can go, like her marks goes away every now and then, so she looks different. So yeah, like her marks go away at night, like you can't really see them, but during the day you can see them like perfectly. Or like whenever you're in darkness, you can't see them, but if you're in the light, you can see them. And that's only if you're looking for them. So that's when Kakashi then goes, "So, may I come in?" This is when Naruto then says, "No." And and Hiruzen's like, "You don't want us coming in." She then says, "Look at how me and Ko are dressed. And the only reason why we opened the door is because if you were an intruder, you would have still died. But still." This is where they go, "What do you mean?" This is where she points up, and they see some eyes looking down at them. This is where they go, "What the hell is those?" Because they were pretty big. This is where Naruto goes, "Those are our companions. They're both any kind of snakes. They can eat you whole. And 2, they take away chakra whenever they eat you or you go inside your mouth. So whatever part of you is in there, you don't have chakra." This is where hers and Kakashi's like, "Damn." So they decide this is where Kakashi goes, "I see." Anyways, this is where hers says, "Naruto, I seen that there's these root ninjas." Naruto then goes, "Oh yeah, those guys? What do you need to know about them?" She then says, this is where hers says, "I want you to knock them out and keep them tied up somewhere secure." This is where Naruto, she would nod her head and says, "Hi." She would didn't have her genjutsu changed to where it would force them into a trap that would basically knock them out but not kill them. But these insects only takes away their chakra, so they won't be going away fairly quickly. Now, let's see my time limit. I don't want to overdo it. I did it once already. So, Kakashi would then look at Naruto, and he'll give her one last smile, and then says, "I can't wait to see you tomorrow." And then he will then say by Anko, Anko-chan. He'll say by Naruto. He wouldn't say Naruto-san, but say Anko-chan. Anko will blush and say by Kakashi-kun. No. She's not gonna say kun. She's gonna say by Kakashi. This is where Kakashi, you look frown a little bit and goes, "I don't get a kun." This is where she goes, "Nope, you have to earn that." And this is where Kakashi says, "And how do I do that?" And this is where Anko says, "I don't know. Maybe first start off by getting to know me and take me out on a date." This is where Kakashi, he would nod his head and says, "I will come and pick you up around 8 tomorrow. If I'm able to remember that y'all have a genjutsu here." This is when Naruto then says, looks at Anko and goes, "Anko, do you want to go out with him?" And Anko then goes, "He is the student of your father's." And this is where Naruto looks at Kakashi and goes, "Kakashi, come here." And Kakashi came, she just says, "Put your hand on that."
And as soon as he did, he feels a little bit of the chakra being taken away. And she then says, the genjutsu won't affect you, but now just remember, whenever you get to a certain area, you will feel the genjutsu hit you, but it won't affect you. Instead, there will be different genjutsu that will lead you straight to the house from where you are to also avoid the traps of monsters. I mean, not monsters, but other animals and insects to not harm you from your current location. And then hearing that, they will nod, and basically Naruto, she will then close the door and says, if he hurts you, I'm killing him and making him a chew toy for the foxes and for also the snakes. And the snakes will laugh and they're like, you're very young protective sister. Then Naruto goes, yep, I don't play around with family. I don't know. I think that's it was a Uzumaki gene. And they nod their heads in understanding. See how long that's been. 2 minutes. I talked about that one scene for 2 minutes. Anyways, the next day rolls around and Naruto, she will enter through the academy door. But guys, I'll be leaving off there. Yes, cliffhanger no jutsu has been activated. Peace.